Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Kingdoms Reborn. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. In this episode, I would like to upgrade our town to level 3. We got to do a little bit more food stuff, and we got to catch you up a little bit on our technologies. So in our last episode, we were just finishing up researching blacksmith. That's done. We have one blacksmith built. And then after the blacksmith got built up, I went ahead and went for logistics 2. Now, Logistics 2 gave us a marketplace. We're going to put a couple of those in. But what I would like to do in this episode is work towards either Logistics 3 or deep sea fishing. Now, because our food's so low, I'm kind of curious about deep sea fishing. And I've never done it before, so I want to check that out. So I think that's what we'll do to begin. We'll research some deep sea fishing. And then once that's done, I would like to come back over here a little bit. And see here, our tailor needs to be level 3. I think we got to get into some more luxury goods here. So we got to get the furniture learned, and then we can get the library, which is going to help us accumulate science points. And then the trade company is also right here in queue next, which is a very powerful building that will allow you to automatically trade resources with the world market. So that's a great way to continuously get some additional money coming in. And we have a bunch of extra iron ore currently that we could trade out a little bit of. And we're doing really great with beer. We could trade some of that as well. All right, so here is our blacksmith. We got our blacksmith up and running, and we were making some iron tools with it. We're currently producing more than we're using, luckily. So we're doing okay with that. Our stone tools as well are doing okay. Another thing that I noticed is that our stone has been kind of a difficult thing to keep up with. A lot of these buildings have been using over 100 stone to get created, and that's kind of difficult for us to do right now with just the one quarry. We might need to add a couple more workers onto that. For our food situation, we are in a little bit of a deficit. So here's our pig ranch that we also built in the last episode. It's up and operational now. We haven't produced anything yet because we haven't reached max capacity. So you can see here, animals, we're at 13 out of 15. We could purchase an extra animal to get to that full capacity. Or we could say kill when above half capacity, so we won't bother getting all the way up. Now, these pig ranches are only going to be producing us food as far as I can remember. So we'll see. We'll go ahead, we'll kill above half capacity, and if there's an additional item that we get besides just the food, maybe we'll put it back to max cap. We should be gathering up the pig meat here from that very shortly. And we have kind of made a little area over here where we could do some fishing pretty easily. So I got a fishing lodge here that I would like to put on the coast. I would also like to get that deep sea tuna up and running over in here as well. That's that research that we are working on right now that I haven't seen yet, so I'm kind of excited about that one. Let's go ahead and we'll plop this guy down. It looks like I have to do an additional road to really take advantage of the space here. So that's okay. We can go ahead and tie one in here pretty quickly. And I think I'll just kind of do this kind of a weird shape. I got this one main road going this way, and then we'll have another one kind of about right in here to attach the other docks. Maybe I'll take this road out once we get a little bit closer here. It doesn't really need to be there like that. It could cut in a little bit. And then here we are at our town, and we have our market that we have researched. This is going to supply anything that a household needs within its radius, and workers can carry 50 units. So it's a pretty large building, but I have a good spot for it. We can almost fit one right here. What we can do is rotate this guy, and we can plop it in right there, and that's going to capture the majority of the buildings. We'll put that down, and then in a second here, we should see our market card come back. There it is. And then I would like to plop this guy right over in here, and that should cover all of our houses that are right here. And of course, there's some of that double coverage. There is no benefit to the double coverage. It's just kind of how it's laid out right now in the radiuses. Now, we do need a third one for up over in here, and you can see we have a good amount of wild cards, which is fantastic. Another thing that I noticed that we were getting a little bit low on is coal, so I want to also grab a charcoal burner as well as a blacksmith, and we're going to go ahead and do that. And I was hoping for another market, but we didn't get that. But luckily, we have tons of wild card. Let's go ahead and get our market. And the market, I want to put about right in here. It should work great, and it does capture every house, so we'll go ahead and plop that in. Now, once we get library, we should be able to put some libraries over in here, maybe on the other side too that we need it, and then over here we'll probably have to have 2 again just because of this weird layout. That's great. Those are going to be on the way, and we can check that out here shortly. So let's get this other charcoal burner going here so that we can maintain enough coal to keep these more advanced blacksmiths happening. We really need that to be running all the time. So I don't want to be out of it. So let's go ahead and we'll get, you know, we could do a charcoal burner, but how are we looking? Where's that coal? So here's our coal deposit. We got one up over here, right here. There's the coal deposit. So what we could do is put a mine right there, and maybe that would be the better choice, because we will hold on to our wood, which I kind of want to do. So let's go ahead and we'll put our blacksmith down just to give a little bit more space in our hand here. I think we'll just tuck it back over in here. It should be just fine. We go about right here, right? And then it looks like we do have enough room for the coal mine over here as well if we wanted to do that. So we should be able to take advantage of it as much as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and go like that, and then maybe we can tuck another one back there if we need to. And while those are getting created, let's go ahead and upgrade our town to level 3. So we're currently at 4,000 coins. We're doing really great with our gold generation right now. So let's upgrade, and then we can go ahead and put our master brewer slot in here. Breweries and distilleries gain plus 30% efficiency. We'll pop that in. Research your way to the next area to unlock the town hall upgrade. Receive card shop plus 10% mining quarry production. Excellent. We really need that. Unlock cards, kidnap, and immigrants. Excellent. And then the card vendor. So great. Buy special buildings and cards. Yeah, we got to put the card shop in for sure. Looks like it's not going to quite fit there. I think we're going to go library in one of these two spots. And I'm not quite sure how big the library is off the top of my head. So hopefully one of those will fit in there. But let's just tuck this guy over in here. Got kind of a little industrially spot going. And that building's free, so it's going to just build up. Let's check out these special cards. Now, I don't think I've seen these before. We have, wow, 24,000. Wow, great long haul. First great long haul grants 73 victory score, plus 10% job happiness. Ooh, no rush. Receives 1 wild card every round. Disabled card draw. Interesting. Coal's better. Houses with beer get plus extra money. Houses with pottery get extra science points. Wow, all sorts of good things here. Wow. Oh, cannabis breeder, cocoa breeder, and coffee breeder allow cannabis farming within the radius. Interesting. Wow, there's so many good things here. Luxury importer, allow trade buildings within the radius to trade luxury resources. Wow, cool. All sorts of great things here. So for now, I don't want to use up all of our money on these things, so I'm just going to hold up on buying anything for right now. And here we go. We got one of our markets completed. I love this art. It looks amazing. Supplies anything within a household. We know that. So currently you can see what's in its inventory right here, and then we can manage the market. We can dictate what is allowed into this market to be sold. Pretty awesome. I'm going to let everything. I don't see a reason at this moment why I would want to change that. And then we can upgrade to +3 worker slots if we think that we need to do that. So pretty cool. We are at max capacity for housing right now, 168 out of 168. So if we come back up over in here, this is kind of where we were expanding our territory. And we could continue to go this way, but I think what I want to do is we'll work our way over into this next province. So 2,100 coins again, going to be expensive. But then we got our cannabis breeder, so that's awesome. Oh, okay, so this I think is different. Let's see what this building does. So we'll go cannabis breeder. I think they changed this. So before you used to have a farm, and that was how you were able to grow cannabis. But it looks like I can build this anywhere. Interesting. Oh, see, look. So now the farms get the cannabis leaf above it. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So we know that this little area is going to be our only spot for farming. So let's go ahead. I'm going to drag some roads out here, and I'm going to set up a little farm here, and we can check that out. Okay. So I did a little strip of farmland here. So check out how fertile this area is. Super good. I just decided to do this whole deal farm. It was all green like that. We're going to go ahead and utilize this area for farming. I think maybe we'll expand up in this direction a little bit, and maybe a little bit more down here for additional housing that we're going to need to do here pretty quickly. But if we look at our farms, we only have wheat and herbal medicine here. So I'm curious, we say cannabis breeder, you can see that everybody gets, almost all of them get that little symbol above their heads. So what I'm going to do is we'll go about right here, and we'll start that. Oh, and I got the furniture workshop underway here. We just completed it. So let's go ahead and buy that, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So the cannabis breeder allows cannabis farming within the radius. So let's see, it's under construction. So we got to come back. So let's just double check here. Yeah, currently not available. So we'll visit that in a moment. That's kind of interesting that that's how they decided to go with that. Okay, so this guy, our fishing lodge out here, is storage is too far for it. And we did also finish the deep sea fishing port, which apparently unlocked deep sea tuna nodes. Let's see if we can find one. Ah, here we go. There's one right here, and there's one right... Oh, they're all over in here. Okay, so what I'm wondering is if I build that dock here... Oh, there's some right here too. Okay, this should work out just fine. I shouldn't have to have that tuna within the radius of my town. That really wouldn't make sense with things being so far out, because usually you don't get that far out. But so let's go ahead. We got our deep sea tuna dock right in here. And if we're going to expand the road out, let's just go ahead and put that right there. And what is this guy going to need? We're going to need some wood, some stone, and some iron to get that finished. And then while we're here, we should absolutely put in a little storage yard. Year 11 summary. Population increase of +2. Revenue increase +43. And then science production +33. Not too bad. Headed in the right direction, at least. It's always good to see. And it looks like we can do about this big. So we'll get one right there. That should satisfy that. And yep, it went away. Excellent. Okay, so let's come back up over in here, and we're going to go ahead and tuck a couple more houses in, as well as the furniture workshop. Let's go ahead and get our furniture workshop plopped in right there. That'll be a good spot for it. Really close to our forester. And we got a coal going on. I'm curious to see, well, how are we looking for workers and laborers? So it looks like we got 8 builders / laborers, 116 employed, so out of 124. So we're doing pretty good with our employment situation right now. We do have these 2 buildings that we've got a few episodes ago that we didn't put in because of they're just kind of obnoxiously huge, and we hadn't had a good spot for them. But I think what we'll do is we'll find a good spot for these guys and we'll put them in. I don't want to utilize the space that's over here because everything is treed up, and I don't want to take the trees out of there. But over in here, we have a decent spot. Yeah, this will work great right here. So this is kind of where we were thinking about putting in those additional housing. So this should be just fine to be able to add these guys in. And then let's go like that for this other building. And then we might be able to sneak a house in there. Not ideal. Don't like it very much, but that's kind of how it's going to work out for now. We can always delete these and move them later. So with the Employment Bureau, we can set job priority. Now this has come into play before for me, and it's been pretty nice. So if you would prefer to have, let's say, mushroom farms at the tippy top, then no matter what, you're always going to have the workers filling in that the mushroom farms there. And as you go down to the bottom here, you can see and make sure that all your buildings are operating with full staff. If we didn't, we would see a building that was like, 2 out of 4, 7 out of 9, whatever. So great, that is excellent. And it looks like some of those people that we just got are homeless, which we should have known because I just mentioned that we needed more housing. Well, let's go ahead and we can get a couple more houses started up over in here. All right, check out what our farms are pulling in. So yes, that was the case. As soon as the cannabis breeder got completed, we were able to come down to our farms and then select cannabis as an option. I did put in a bunch of other farms in here, obviously for some wheat and for some medicinal herb, just because I wanted to make sure that we were keeping on top of our needs here. Looks like we got our first house to level 4, which is awesome. So yeah, that's great. We got all this stuff coming in now. You see our luxury tier 1s over here in the bottom left. Our furniture workshop is working, as well as our beer, of course, and we're pulling in a ton of cannabis. So great. We're getting a lot of these luxury things figured out. Pretty soon we'll be able to hit some luxury tier 2 stuff. You can see here we got clothes, wine, candles, vodka, spices, tequila, a couple other things in there. We'll be able to get into that here shortly with the tailor right here. Now, we could do it right this minute. We have 908 science points. Easily, we could do that. But I think what we'll do instead is let's go for logistics 3. We'll get this warehouse. And what we'll do here, we'll go ahead and we'll grab a productivity book. We have the warehouse. Now, the warehouse is one of those things, it's not a card. So if we go down here into the little build menu, warehouse, and there is no hotkey assigned to the warehouse either. So we're going to go ahead and we'll get a warehouse. And I like the warehouses because they're compact like this. Compared to these giant storage yards that we've been using all over the place, I think these are so much better. So what we're going to do, we'll go ahead and we'll plop one down right there. That's going to take 50 bricks. We do have a ton of bricks right now. So not too big of an issue right there for those guys. So that should be completed shortly. And then we could start to replace some of these storage yards. What I normally do is start to go and build some warehouses. And I go to manage storage and I'll disallow all and kind of empty it out that way. You could also just delete it. I guess maybe that would be the better thing to do. So that's an option we will get into shortly here. I did decide to build up 2 deep sea fishing ports. You can see right behind there, we got a couple of tunas already here. We could absolutely upgrade to increase the productivity, do some stone tool upgrades. Look at that, 500 stone tools. We absolutely could do that. So we're gonna hold left shift and then click that and upgrade both ports at the same time. So that's pretty cool. If we go check out here, we have our little boat. You can barely see the bar there. Oh wow, look at that. It's got a little shoal thing and all sorts of tuna over here. That's so cool. Neat. Yeah, so we got our deep sea fishing going on. We got our tuna happening. Got our fishing lodge over here. Lots of food coming in now. We got lots of fish happening. It's great. We're doing really well with food. We're about plus 300. And then once these other farms over here really start to take off, we'll be looking great. Now, I wanted to add in a granary, of course, but if we see here, that one little corner in the bottom right isn't going to fit right there. So what an option is I could go about right here and we just drag a road over, and maybe that's what I'll end up doing. But what I think I'll do first, we'll go about right there, and we'll plop that down. And I can't purchase this land. And then for our land situation, it's kind of wonky right now. We have this minor city right here, and we have one right here. We're kind of tight right now. So the only land that I can purchase currently is this province. So the only lands that we can buy right now are this province, and then these ones now that I bought this one right in here. So what we can do in order to interact with these people is if we go up to tech tree and we go over to foreign relation. This is how we will be able to initiate diplomacy. But in order to do that, we need the library, trading company, and then we can get foreign relation. You need to have both logistics 2 and trading company completed. We follow the little connectors here to get foreign relation. So let's go ahead. Library, instant complete. We had plenty of points. Trading company, instant complete. Plenty of points. And then foreign relation. Okay, wow. We are flying apparently with tech points. Library card. Yep. Trading company. Yeah. Cool. And we got a free embassy card. So I'm going to slow the game down just a touch here. So we are going to have to figure out a little bit of a diplomacy thing here. I don't really want to befriend this. I kind of want to just not have it be there anymore. So I'm wondering if what we can do with that. Let's see. So let's train a unit. I want to see what's going to happen here. If we can attack unfortified provinces for money. So we'll check that in just a second. We'll let that train up, and I want to see what we can do here. But let's look at our trading company for now. Automatically trade resources with the world market. Let's go ahead and plop this guy down right over in here. It has no negative effect on the housing, so that's perfect. And then we have our libraries. Look at how good these libraries are going to be. Excellent. And that is going to work perfectly right there for every one of our houses right here. Excellent. That's super awesome. Let's go back up here and, of course, find another library, and then we're going to go all the way up top. We got to get one in over in here as well. And now our science points are really going to be moving. So we'll get one right there. So back over here, we do have one warrior good to go. Here it is. All right, I'm going to train up a few more warriors here now that we have the raid card. So if we go back over and train units here, we have the raid card for 300. So we have to get the raid card in order to target something. So we're going to wait for a couple more warriors before we actually attack this, but we'll see that in a little bit. So if we check out our pigs here, yeah, only 40 food coming from the pig, so there is no other like leather or anything like that coming from the pig ranch. Unlock vassalization. You can now vassalize another city with your army. To vassalize another city, click vassalize on the target town hall. Your vassal city keep their control, but must pay tax to you. Okay, interesting. And our trading company is now good to go, so let's go ahead and check that out. Since we are doing super great with iron ore, let's go ahead and do some trading. So the auto trader, we want to export. We're going to go ahead and say iron ore. The target inventory, let's get this guy down to 2,000. And then the max trade amount per round. So you can see right here, total trade amount per round is going to be 120. But we can only do 100 for now. So we're going to go ahead and set that up. And then we'll be netting 413 per round. And that's it. That's all you got to do. While we are waiting for our trained units here, we can now conquer opponents' provinces with our army. The province to conquer must be next to your territory. So we have 4 warriors ready to go right now, and I'm really, really tempted to check this out. So I do have one more in queue here, but I'm gonna check this out right here. So let's go. See, conquer. We can put up to 5 in here. Maybe we do want to wait. Let's go for it. We're gonna go for it. We'll put it's 5 stacks, not 5 individuals. So okay, so 4 warriors going in. Let's submit. Oh, and here's the combat. So yes, we have 4 warriors, and they have 9 militia. Our warriors have 14 damage, and the militia have 8. No hit points. I'm going to say we're going to win this one. We can reinforce or retreat. We're just going to let it go for now. And as soon as this other warrior is good to go, we can check out the reinforce. kind of wasn't planning on doing any combat in this episode, but it's kind of a cool little thing we can check out. Reinforce, you can see our bar increases there. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's the completion bar. According to that, we are at a disadvantage. Let's go ahead and get a couple more warriors going on here. Hopefully we can win this. We don't have a ton of money to keep pumping warriors into this fight, so we just gotta hopefully win here pretty quickly. So we'll watch down here, we'll get extra warriors, and we'll see if we can win this. Let's go ahead and reinforce our warriors over here in the battle. We do have one ready to go here. Apparently we haven't taken out any militia, which is kind of crazy. So it's taken a while, but we're at almost half, so we're getting there with that thing. Turning in the units is taking a while. They're 1,000 apiece, so it's quite a bit. And then let's just do a double check of where we're sitting with most of our resources here. Now, coal is under 100, so it's not looking super great. And you can see, of course, we have snowflakes all over the place now. So what we're going to have to do is either create yet another coal mine, or we're going to have to create a charcoal burner. And I'm kind of leaning toward another mine. We can improve the shift. Mine with full workers get plus 20% productivity, which would be good. But again, we're kind of using our money currently in other ways. So, kind of in a pickle right now. I'm going to go ahead and speed that up. And let's go ahead and find our trading area, our auto trader here. So we should be exporting, right? Yeah, you can see we're down to 2,400. You can also auto import, and that will just subtract from your net profit. So let's say if we want coal, yeah, and coal is more expensive than iron ore. So let's see what our target inventory, let's go for 100. I feel like that's pretty reasonable. And then the max trade per round, I'm going to change this to 100, and then that's going to automatically go to 20. And that's because the iron ore here is taking up 100, and this is taking up 20, and then the total trade amount right here is 20. So you can see with the subtraction of the coal, we are now making a net profit of 208. So that's pretty neat, pretty handy thing that's going to automatically go in the background as long as we still have those goods available. Let's go ahead and reinforce our attack right here. A little bit of an increase on that vassalized bar. And we got to keep training our warriors here because apparently this is still not going super well for us. And so what I think we'll do with this, I'm just going to watch it here. And then once it's close to getting completed, I'll bring it back and then we can check out and see what it does. And we'll do that to wrap up the episode. All right, our battle is coming to a finish here. Last couple hits. And we have conquered the area here. So let's just slow down just a second, see what we can do here for options. So we have the major city we can gift or we can raise it. So this is giving us 95 coins, which is really great. So if we go over here to our coins here, let's see if we can find that. So we have plus 4.7 tax from a vassal. So that's what this thing is going to be. We are going to raise this because I don't want it to be there anymore. The people won't go down without a fight. Okay, so I guess we're going to go ahead and load this back up and we'll see what the deal is here. Rose to resist your attempt to raise the city. Oh boy, so that's going to be a little bit of a thing, I guess. So we have them under our thumb for now, and we're going to have to raise an army to really conquer this. But I think we'll worry about that later. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening to your night. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. And if I don't talk to you, have a great holiday, and I hope your holiday is safe, and I hope you have some good time with family and friends. So I'll talk to you again soon. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night.